This will be for the Khan assignment, finding inverses of linear functions. So there's basically two steps to finding the inverse. Alright, step one is to switch the x and the y. And step two is to solve for the new y. Alright? So remember, I said for f of x, that's just a fancy way of writing y equals. Alright, so let's rewrite this equation. We have y equals negative 6x minus 7. Alright, the first step is to switch the x and the y. So I'm going to change the y into an x. We have negative 6. And I'm going to change the x into a y minus 7. Alright, and now the second step is just to solve for the new y. I'm going to add 7 to both sides. X plus 7. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down the negative 6y. And negative 7 plus 7 just cancels. Okay? Solving for y, we have to divide both sides by negative 6. Alright, the negative 6's cancel. And we have y equals x plus 7 over negative 6. Now we'll see if we have to simplify that. I don't think so. The only thing is the original y was called f of x, and the new y is called the inverse of x. Okay, that's what this negative 1 stands for. That's not an exponent, it stands for inverse. Alright, so we don't have to write y equals because that's already there. So we're just writing this right here, x plus 7 over negative 6. Alright, so I'm going to type x plus 7. Hit the fraction button. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, we have to use parentheses. Use parentheses. X plus 7. And click the right arrow. Okay, then you can click the fraction button, or you can just hit the slash. Okay, and the denominator is negative 6. So I think they'll take that. Let's see. Yes, okay. So that worked. Okay? And in case you have a teacher that doesn't like negatives in the denominator, this would be the same as negative x plus 7 over positive 6. Same thing. Okay, so again, f of x is the same as y equals. Okay, so let's write this equation. Y equals negative 1/2 times x plus 3. Alright, step 1 is to reverse or switch x and y, so I'm going to change the y to an x. And x plus 3 becomes y plus 3. Alright? In order to get rid of the negative 1/2, I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 2. Alright? So I did the times negative 2 on both sides, but I used the brackets here because it's times the whole thing. So we have negative 2x equals, and on this side, I can do negative 2 times negative 1/2. Alright, negative 2 is the same as negative 2 over 1. So negative times negative is positive. 2 times 1 is just 2. And on the denominator, 2 times 1 is just 2. And that equals 1. Okay, so the negative 1/2 and the negative 2 is just 1. That cancels out. And we're left with y plus 3. Now solving for y, just do minus 3 on both. So we have negative 2x minus 3. Bring down your equal sign. Bring down the y. 3 minus 3 cancels. So the new y is negative 2x minus 3. Okay, this is our new y, the inverse function. So we just have to write this in the box. Alright, one more. This is y equals. Okay, so we have y equals 3x minus 2. First step is to reverse x and y. So change the y to an x. Change the x to a y. And we still have minus 2. Adding 2 to both sides. We have x plus 2. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down the 3y. And negative 2 plus 2 cancels. Solving for y, we just divide both sides by 3. Cancels right here. The 3's cancel. Y equals x plus 2 over 3. Okay, so we're entering this in the box. So you have to use, oh wait, maybe if you click the fraction button first. Yeah, there you go. We could do x plus 2, and then click on the denominator, type 3. Okay, so you can use parentheses if you want, or just click this first. Alright, I'll do one more. So this is y equals. Alright, so we have y equals 3/2 times x minus 11. Alright, switch the x and the y, so I'm going to change the y to an x. Change the x into a y. And how do we get rid of 3/2? What's the opposite of times 3/2? We multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Okay, so take this whole thing, and instead of 3/2, we're going to multiply by 2/3. Alright, and do it to the other side as well. Alright, and now we have 2/3 x. And what's 3/2 times 2/3? Well, 3 over 3 cancels, and 2 divided by 2 cancels. So it's just 1. Okay, so you can cancel the 3/2 and the 2/3, and we're left with y minus 11. Solving for y, we just add 11 on both sides. Alright, we have 2/3 x plus 11. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down the y. Negative 11 plus 11 is gone. This is it right here. Two-thirds x plus 11. Alright, and just so you know, 2/3 x, that's the same as 2x over 3. Okay? If the x is in the front of the fraction or in the numerator, that's the same thing. I'm going to write it like this. Alright, I'm going to write 2/3 and click in front right here, type X, and then type +11. +11.